Alright, what you see here is a progress lighting AirPro hugger ceiling fan that I got from Mark Wilson. It's a brushed nickel ceiling fan in 52 inches. And when Mark bought it, he also bought this cool light kit for it, which I think suits the fan perfectly. It definitely gives the fan more of a RV ceiling fan look. They have like these fans that if you buy like when they make new RVs, they have like specific fans they put in them. And this one definitely looks like one, but it's actually not. It's actually a lot better quality. I have to move probably just as much as my low profile. So that is saying something for a fan for a generic fan like this. So yeah. I bought this fan because I've always wanted to have one in my collection, since I do like the fact that it's basically a vintage fan in a way, like a vintage looking hugger that's been modernized by giving it a modern finish. That's what I like about this fan the most. But I also bought it because I've been thinking about putting a brushed nickel ceiling fan in the kitchen, and I figured what better fan to have in the kitchen is something that looks modern but at the same time looks vintage, and I feel like this fan fits the qualification perfectly. So yeah, and this fan definitely is more than powerful enough to be in the kitchen. So yeah. Main reason why I'm thinking about taking on the Passport 2 is which won't be this year, probably be next year in 2018. But the reason why I've been thinking about taking that one down is because when it's on high, it makes a bit of a noise, which you guys should know by now. And it's just also because if Passport 2, the only thing that really matches with it is the blades, is the only thing that goes well with the kitchen, but the finish itself and the bright brass doesn't go too well with the kitchen. It does give it somewhat of a vintage look in the kitchen, which I do like, but this fan I think might match the decor in the kitchen better. So yeah. It does have a nice weight on this fan, so I feel like this will look really nice in the kitchen. So yeah, definitely has a nice fit. Definitely you can tell just looking at the fan itself, it looks like a vintage fan, but it's really it's just using this characteristics of a vintage fan. But I do like that it's really the only thing that makes it look like a modern fan is the finish. That they didn't like change the blade arms or the design of the hugger that much to make it look modern. So let's go ahead and show the light. I don't know why it does that weird thing on the camera, but yeah, this is the light. And let's go ahead and shut off the light above me to see how well it lights up the room. Not too well, but I think it's on the floor, but I feel like it wouldn't light up the room too well if I had it installed in my bedroom. So what I'm probably going to have to do is get some brighter light bulbs for this fan if I was to put this in the kitchen, because this definitely would not be bright enough. Is just due to the 2 candelabra light bulbs that I had in the beveled glass light kit, which is also kind of another reason why I took that down, because believe it or not, that didn't light up the kitchen as well as the schoolhouse globe did. So yeah. So let me go ahead and shut off the light. Now to turn on the fan. Starting off with low speed. And if I put this up in the kitchen, that would definitely be exactly the way you see it right now, because the blades on this fan, the finish that you see right now, it's honestly it's probably like not, it's very, very similar to the rotor that's on the Hunter Infinity. The only thing is the design on, like the wood design on it itself is just a little bit different. And it's not gloss like the Infinity, but it's very close. I feel like this will be a good pairing with a black Infinity or even a brass one. I might just leave the brass Infinity up and put this one up in the kitchen. It's one of the two. I might keep the brass one up just because it looks really nice in the living room, but this would definitely be a better. I feel like this would look better in the kitchen than the brass fan that's in there right now. Although I do like it a lot. It does wobble and makes a bit of a noise when I have it on high speed, and my mom's starting to get afraid of it. Even though it's always been making that sound, but it's just now, it's only now that she starts to notice it. She says she doesn't care if the fan doesn't match with anything, but I don't know. I kind of do. I mean, I like it there, but at the same time, I just feel like it looks so out of place. But we'll see if this fan actually goes up or not. Just wobbling a tiny bit on low speed. I don't know why. Maybe because of the added weight of the weight kit. Sometimes like when I put a weight kit on the fan, if I test them on the floor, if I test them on the ceiling, they wobble a bit more. Because this fan didn't wobble like this when I was on low speed, when I didn't have the weight on it. So, yeah, let's go ahead and shut off the light. I probably won't be showing it on reverse just because it's going to be tricky to, just a bit tricky to get to the chain and such. So if you guys want to see this fan on reverse, just watch the videos I did of this fan without the weight kit. But yeah, it's definitely moving a good amount of air on no speed. You know, Mark, if you're watching this video, I definitely gotta thank you big time for selling me this fan. I'm definitely gonna pay you back more for it, since I know you spent a decent amount on this fan. And by pay back, I mean I'm gonna get you a few more KDKs, hopefully this summer. And I always try to get one, so I feel like just getting one won't cover this. Alright. Now for medium. Also the tape's starting to lose its grip, and I'm running pretty low on tape, so that is another issue. So the tape that I got at when I was on break when I went on my lunch break at Savers, apparently doesn't have the best grip on it, so I need to get one that has better grip. Moving good air on medium. I really do like that this fan looks like an RV fan. A lot of people might not like that, but I do. Because it definitely reminds me of back when me and my dad would go camping in like a campers and stuff. It's like really like a place that they had campers already set in place. It's like a trailer parks and stuff. So it reminds me of that a lot. And so even though this is more modern than what they would have there, they had like just generic 4-blade fans. It definitely reminds me of that environment, so that is something I would like having about. That is something I'd like with this fan being installed. It would remind me of that a lot. The camper that we used to stay at, they ended up selling it, so it wasn't like a timeshare thing. It was something like that, but I don't know, but now it actually somebody lives there. It's not like there's a place that people can stay and such. So, yeah. It's definitely moving good air on medium. Brandon did actually have a 42-inch version of this fan in brushed nickel, but he ended up selling it. Actually, I'm surprised I didn't buy it for him, but in fact, I think it's like one of the only fans that he had in his collection other than the Littleton that I got from him that he didn't do a video of. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and shut off the light. And let's go ahead and move the fan up to high speed. Alright, here's high speed. Definitely moves a very good amount of air. It's making the low profile above me move a bit, so that's a good sign. Definitely, this fan would definitely be a good one to have in the kitchen. Might move a tiny bit less than the Passport 2, but I honestly don't really feel much of a difference. It definitely feels like it moves as much air as the other fans I have installed in the apartment. Definitely a very impressive fan. I'm actually, when I first tested it without the light kit, I was honestly very surprised that it moves so much air. I thought it'd be a decent air mover, but this fan definitely cranks out a good amount of air without a doubt. It's definitely comparable to a vintage generic builder grade fan from back then. Well, not a builder grade one, but yeah, some of the builder fans back then were actually pretty good too. It's definitely a powerful fan, and definitely with having a larger motor, definitely helps out with that. My mom already said that she wouldn't mind this fan being in the kitchen, so that she gave me the okay of this being in there. If only she gave me the okay to put up the 100 mission, that would have been nice. But all right, let's go ahead and show off the light. And I'm not going to be showing it on reverse just because I feel that it's going to be very tricky to show it on reverse just and such. But if you want to see it on reverse, just watch the videos that I did of the Center without the light kit. Alright, let's show off the light. Oops. And that's why I don't want to test it on reverse. Since it's going this direction on forward, counterclockwise. If I had it on reverse, it would definitely be even trickier to pull the chain on it. Yeah, let's do a spin down, which is not a very long spin down on it. So honestly, this fan definitely looks a lot like the that Hampton Bay Hugger, the 52-inch ceiling fan that they had. It looks very similar to this, since it has the light kit on it. Alright, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos to come.